What's up, everybody? Squirrel Man's back again. I'm sitting here in Connecticut. Got stuck here, waiting to get this live unload done. Waiting longer than I want to. Uh, anyway, the reason why I want to make this video today is because I really want to ask you, as a new, not even just like a new driver. You could just be a guy like me. You've been sitting here for 2 years, and maybe you haven't found that perfect company you like yet. The question is, what kind of trucking company do you really want to work for? What kind of schedule do you want? Do you have kids, a wife or husband? How often do you want to be home? What do you want to haul? What kind of experience do you want to have when you go out on the road? Where do you want to go? Do you want to do regional? Do you want to do over the road? If you're like somebody who's been living in some little town in Tennessee your whole life, you've never really been anywhere, man, I cannot even begin to tell you. You got to do over the road. You got to get out there and see the country. It's so beautiful. The TV and the internet will never do it justice. When you go out west for the first time and see like Arizona, New Mexico, the whole Southwest area, it's like, oh, it's absolutely breathtaking the first time you see it. It's like you feel like you're on a completely different planet. It's really cool, and it never gets old. Never. I could drive through there all the time, and it just never gets old. I love being out there, and I haven't been out there in a while, and I really miss it. But those are the questions you need to ask yourself as a driver currently, and as a person that might be getting ready to go to the school. I just got a message from a guy that's in the PAM program. He's going to the same school I went to in North Carolina, the Future Truckers of America. And he's like, yeah, I've already heard all the bad reviews about PAM. He's like, but I'm just going to knuckle it out, and that's fine, dude. That's fine. We've all been there. My best advice for somebody that's working for not even just PAM, but any company kind of like PAM, I would say just do the 6 months and get your experience, and then just go where you really want to go, but there's so many arbitrary factors when it comes to this job, because not everybody has the same situation. You might have a little bit of money in the bank. You might come from money or something. You might have a little bit of a nest egg, and you might have the ability to invest in your own truck and go out there and be completely on your own as an owner operator. If you can do that, okay, man, more power to you, buddy. That's awesome. But if you're on the complete opposite end of the spectrum and you're flat broke, you really got to make good decisions and think long term with every company that you go to. You got to learn, when you talk to these recruiters, you got to learn to ask the right questions, man. One thing you really need to ask them is a minimum pay. If you can find a company that has minimum pay, that is already like, you've already won half the battle. And I'll tell you why. When I was with CRST, I could be having the worst week. Me and Biscuit, we sit in a hotel room for 3 days because the truck broke down. We didn't do jack shit all week. And after taxes, because I had that minimum pay guaranteed, which was $1,300, after taxes, it was about $1,100. So I knew every week I was going to bring home $1,100, And in your mind, it creates such a cushion for you, that cushion of comfort that makes you feel better. It eliminates all that anxiety. So if I go out for 30 days, I'm going to clear over $4,000, which is more than enough for me to cover all my my bills. So that's a huge question you need to ask yourself. The other questions are, what's the schedule like? How many days out am I going to be, and how many days home? A lot of companies, if you're the type of person that doesn't mind being on the road, you basically want to live out there, that's fine. Because I just talked to a company, K&B, and they were like, oh no, we want you out 2 months and then home for 10 days. That's just not going to work for me, because I got people at home I want to spend my time with. I don't want to be out here on the road all the damn time, So like 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks is absolutely maxed out for me. I'm not staying out any longer than that, because I got important people at home that I want to give my attention to, and I'm not a workhorse like that. I don't want to do that. I'm not like some 20-something-year-old that single, no kids or whatever. I mean, I don't have any kids, but you know, I would like to have a woman in my life. And when you're out there that long, you can kiss the social life goodbye, because if you're gone for that long, no woman's going to wait that long. You know, a good woman is not going to wait that long for you. You know, so you just need to get that through your head. The other questions you need to ask are the in-cab cameras. I have a camera in here, but it doesn't face me. It faces to the front and to the sides, you know, so that doesn't bother me at all. The other thing is, like, when I was with CRST, we had an in-cab camera that faced at us. And on a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably only like a 6 as far as how much it used to irk my nerves, because it would catch you doing things. What it does is it picks up on silhouettes. Like pretend this was a cell phone, right? Obviously this is a knife, but pretend this was a cell phone. It would pick up that silhouette of you going like this, right? And it would start beeping like violation, violation. Now it just caught you talking on the phone going down the road. And now you're going to get a phone call about it from the safety guy. So those are the things you need to think about. The other thing is, like, they were big on seatbelts. It knew if you weren't wearing your seatbelt and you're going over like 15 miles an hour or something, beep, 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 you'd be doing it again. Then you get another phone call from the safety guy. So ask about stuff like that. I can tell you, if for the newer drivers out there that maybe you haven't even drove a truck yet, a lot of these trucks are absolutely infested with safety junk. Especially the lane buzzers. You guys know, you know what I'm talking about. My truck now doesn't have that, thank God. But those lane buzzers will annoy the shit out of you. And what it is if you wander a little left or a little right over the lines, it's going to go beep, 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 and it does it all the time. It's so aggravating. The other questions that you want to ask are, can you take the truck home? Can you take the truck home is a super, super big thing. That's a super big question, because you don't want to get stuck in a situation like I'm in right now where I'm not allowed to take my truck home. Yeah, that's great. They fixed the truck on my days off. That's great. That's awesome. You know, that saves me time on the road. But not taking the truck home is a royal pain in the ass, man. I'm telling you. And a lot of these companies, they won't let you take a rental car home like I do. The only reason they let me take the rental car and I don't have to take a plane is because I only live 180 miles from the terminal. You know, that's like not even that's like a 3-hour drive or something, right? A little over 3-hour drive, right? But a lot of these companies, like this company I just talked to, they were out of Nebraska. They were like, no, we're going to fly you home. And I said, absolutely not. I'm not doing that. I'm not getting on a plane. You know, it's not that I'm afraid to fly. I've been on a plane 5,000 times. It's just I don't like getting on planes anymore, because the element of people in this country right now are so crazy. I never know who I'm getting on that plane with, you know, because you just never know what's going to happen, right? So it makes me nervous. You know, at least if I'm in a rental car, I can do wherever I want, go wherever I want, you know? So those are some of the questions you need to ask. You really need to try to get a hold of other drivers that currently work for that company. Watch a lot of YouTube reviews. Find out how steady the freight is. Because I'll tell you, my company leaves me in parking lots all the time. I sit in parking lots all the time waiting for loads. It really pisses me off. And it really pisses me off when I go back to the terminal the other day to get my fifth wheel fixed. And I see them hiring like 5 more people. They're having a class. I'm like, why are you hiring these people when you barely have loads for people like me right now? You know, I'm not getting nearly the miles that I want to. So these are the questions you need to ask and need to think about. And don't believe everything these recruiters tell you, because recruiters can be full of shit. I swear, I think they get paid on commission or something. They must get some kind of commission. But they will bullshit you just to get you through the door. You know, so watch reviews on YouTube. Look at how old those videos are, though. You might be watching some review that sounds really good about Swift, but then you look and it's like, dude, that video is 6 years old. No, you need to be looking at reviews that are new as possible. You know, try to find videos of like top 5 companies, top 10 companies, stuff like that, you know? And the other big question is, and I've talked about this a lot, is if you're a brand new driver, you have no experience, if you can find somebody to team up with, do it, man. You won't regret it. If they're a really cool person, if you have a best buddy that you grew up with, man, you guys will have the best time. I promise you. If you're going out west all the time, especially, you know, you are going to have the best time. You're going to see the coolest stuff. You're going to take the greatest pictures. You're going to make the most awesome memories. But starting out, if I was you, try to stay away from time-sensitive freight. Time-sensitive freight for a brand new driver can be absolutely aggravating because you're out there, you're brand new, you're still learning everything, and then they got these crazy deadlines on you that will fluster you and frustrate you and cause you to make mistakes, and you just don't want to put yourself in that position. When I was with Pam, that was the good thing about Pam, was I didn't have really any time-sensitive freight very often, so me and Squirrel could just take our sweet time getting from A to B, and we just had a bunch of fun doing it. We weren't really making any money, but we were out there having a lot of fun, you know? So that's another big thing you need to think about. I hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. Common sense ain't common.